Have you ever wondered if an AI system that your doctor is using to diagnose your illness or recommend treatment options might be biased against your race or gender? Or how about if you knew that an algorithm that is used by a bank to approve your loan application could unfairly discriminate against you? AI bias is a real issue with serious consequences. Welcome back to AI and the Human Connection. Today, we're diving into a topic that's been making headlines and sparking very important conversations, which is AI bias. But we are not just talking about algorithms gone wrong. We're going deeper, exploring how AI can mirror and even magnify the biases that exist within our own human hearts and minds. What is AI bias? Well, first of all, bias in its simplest form is a preference or inclination that prevents us from being completely impartial. We all have biases, and they are not always bad. Think about it. We might prefer a certain type of music, a certain type of food, or even color. These are personal preferences that then shape our choices and behaviors. But bias can also lead to unfairness or discrimination when it is based on things like race or gender or socioeconomic status. For example, a teacher might unintentionally give more intention to students who remind them of themselves, or a manager might favor candidates who went to the same college. Why bias matters in AI? Why is it relevant to artificial intelligence? Guess what? AI doesn't create bias out of thin air. AI learns bias from us. It learns from the vast amounts of data we create every day, and that data often reflects our own biases. This means that AI can inherit and even amplify those biases, leading to unfair or discriminatory outcomes in many areas of our lives. Healthcare is one of them, but AI bias also happens in hiring and even in criminal justice. You can think of AI bias as a mirror reflecting our society back at us. The biases we see in AI are often a reflection of our own prejudices and inequalities. And just like a mirror can magnify our flaws, AI has also the potential to mirror those biases. But not only that, it can also magnify those biases like a mirror can magnify objects. To make it more clear, let me give you two examples from real world and how AI bias actually impacted people negatively. First example is from healthcare. Algorithm for identifying high-risk patients. A study published in journal Science in 2019 found that an algorithm widely used in US hospitals to predict which patients would need extra medical care systematically disadvantaged Black patients. The algorithm, which was trained on healthcare costs rather than actual health needs, assigned lower risk scores to Black patients even when they had similar health conditions as white patients. This meant Black patients were less likely to be enrolled in programs that provided additional care, potentially exacerbating existing health disparities. The second example is related to hiring. You would remember Amazon's recruiting tool in 2018. Amazon scrapped an AI-powered recruiting tool that showed bias against women. The system was trained on resumes submitted to the company over a 10-year period, which were mostly from men. As a result, the AI algorithm learned to penalize resumes that included words like women's or the names of all women's colleges. This highlights how historical biases in data can be perpetuated and amplified by AI systems, leading to discriminatory outcomes. These examples demonstrate how AI bias is not just a theoretical concern, but a real-world issue with tangible consequences. So I think we need to ask ourselves some very important questions, like, what are my own biases? Am I even aware of them? Most of the time, people are not aware of their biases until somebody tells them or until they learn about them. Another question is, what is our responsibility to identify and address the biases in our own hearts and minds when developing AI algorithms? How can we create AI systems that are truly fair and equitable, reflecting the best of us, the best of humanity, and not the worst? The good news is that we're not powerless in the face of AI bias. We can actively work to create more just and equitable future for AI. This involves several things. One of them is diversifying the AI field, ensuring that the people are creating AI systems represent the diversity of the communities they serve. Another thing is scrutinizing data, critically examining the data used to train AI algorithms and addressing any inherent biases. Another thing is demanding transparency, holding companies accountable for how they use AI and requiring them to explain their decision-making processes. And advocating for ethical AI, supporting policies and regulations that prioritize fairness, equity, and human rights in AI development and deployment. As we have seen, AI bias is a real and urgent issue that we must all grapple with. It is a reflection of our own societal biases, and if left unchecked, it can perpetuate discrimination and inequality. As a chaplain serving in healthcare, I believe that human connection is essential to our well-being and spiritual growth. While AI has the potential to enhance our lives in many ways, it is also crucial that we prioritize fairness, prioritize equity, and the preservation of human dignity as we develop and deploy this powerful technology. I encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences with AI bias in the comments below. How can we ensure that AI serves the needs of all people, regardless of their background? How can we create AI systems that reflect our values of compassion, empathy, and justice? Let's work together to build a future where artificial intelligence truly benefits humanity. Thank you for watching.